I came across this reel recently by this really successful guy who was speaking on this podcast. And he said, the advice that I want to give to this generation is to not follow your passions. Just do whatever makes you the most money in your career, in your business, and follow that path and do it for as long as possible. And I could not disagree with that advice more. And that is why today, guys, I'm going to be explaining to you the number one thing that you need to start from. If you are completely miserable in your 9 to 5 job right now or whatever career you're in, and you have no idea where to go next, but you know that you can't avoid this feeling. So my name is Sophie, and if you guys don't know who I am already, my background is in law. 4 years ago, I had this big dark night of the soul awakening where I suddenly started questioning everything in my career. I was thinking, oh gosh, if I don't have my legal career, what else do I have? I have nothing else apart from this. I have no other skills, no other passions. I don't know what my purpose is. And that triggered what then started my big journey of coming back home to myself, really knowing who I am, knowing my purpose, and then building this business. I have been there. I know exactly what you're going through, and I know you've landed on this video for that reason. And I want you to know this. You need to always start from what makes you feel passionate. Because when you start in life from what makes you feel passionate and lit up, it doesn't matter how difficult, how long, how strenuous the path for you may be, you will keep going. If you do something in life that you don't enjoy and you dread and you hate deep down, you will not become successful. And that is because on the days that are tough, on the days where you want to give up, on the days where you just want to hit snooze on your alarm, you will struggle to get out of bed and do that thing. You will struggle to be consistent. And that is why so many people in our generation are burnt out, because they are doing stuff that they don't actually enjoy, but they pretend to themselves that they do enjoy it. So it's a big problem, but this is why we're all now awakening in this generation, because we're understanding, we're shifting our consciousness, and we know now that we can do something we love and make an income from it and make more income from it than our 9 to 5 jobs or whatever else that you do in life. So I have included some questions for you guys to ask yourself when you are feeling so stuck, so lost, and you don't know what to do next. Ask yourself, what do I love doing before the world told me what I should be doing? And if that is a difficult question for you to answer right now, I completely understand, because when you've been so out of touch with your playful side from your feminine side, and when I say feminine side, what I mean is the feminine is like an energy, it's not a gender. So the feminine side we all have, even men, okay? That's our playful side. That's our flow. That's where we feel into the joy and the playfulness of what we love doing, right? Whereas the masculine side of us is the doing side. It's the getting goals achieved and certain targets and getting certain things done. But we want to get you back in touch with your feminine side to know, what do you actually love? What makes you feel passionate? And for everybody in life, that's going to be something different. I am not passionate about, let's say, marine conservation. But I know someone in the world is. And that's why someone else out there has written a book about it. That's why someone else out there has done a YouTube video about it. That's why someone else out there does public speaking speeches about marine conservation and has made a career from it. For me, that's completely different. That'll be completely different, right? So you always start from where your desires come from, and think about curiosity here. What makes you curious to learn more? It could be AI, it could be baking, it could be researching certain health related things. It could be anything. Always start from there. And I don't want you to necessarily think about money right now and think, okay, well, how can I build an income from this? Because I promise you that will come with time. The answers will come. The key thing you need to know right now is what makes me feel passionate. And then after that, you can then turn that into, okay, how does this link to a problem that I can then solve for somebody else? Because that's the fundamental rule of business. You're solving a problem for somebody else that they want from you and will pay you for. But let's just go back to basics. Focus on what makes you passionate. And if you're still struggling, think, what did I used to do when I was a child? What gave me the joy and the playfulness when I was a child before I became an adult? You know, what we did as children is a good signpost for where we go later in our adulthood. It's like we grow up in this world and we become so in touch with ourselves. We have all these desires and all these joys, and we're so intuitive and creative. And then we get conditioned and programmed along the way through school, you know, through what our parents thought was right, and college, university, and whatnot. And then we become an adult and we strip away all those sides of ourselves to the point that now we sit here and don't know what even makes us curious in life. And that is a fundamental right of being a human being. To do the things that you love and make you feel passionate. We're not brought on this planet to suffer. We are brought on this planet to enjoy life and to do what we came here to do. And that's going to be different for every human. So the signposts of when we are a kid help us with that. So to give you an example, I loved public speaking when I was a kid. And when I say a kid, by the way, I go up to like 17 years old. I did a event, I did some public speaking, and I always think back to that moment. I won an award and I got recognized for the speech that I did. I go back to that moment and realize that was what started it for me. It wasn't just a one-off thing where I decided to volunteer and do this public speaking event. That was a nugget that would then lead me back into my later years to then get back into that again and to turn that into a career, to put that into my business and to show up like I'm doing right now. So what is it for you? What things did you do when you were a kid that are a signpost for what you decide to do going forward? Write those down. Think about it. Ponder on it. And I want you to spend a weekend playing with this and doing those things. Find a way where you can get back in touch with that playful side of you. And that's going to help you get connected to your passions again. But I don't want this to be a strenuous exercise because this is meant to be fun. If this takes you a long time to figure out, or if it takes you one day to figure out, I want you to go on that journey. And that is your first step. And the last part of this that I want you guys to understand and know is your passions are connected to something you want to share with the world. This is what will then turn that into some form of career, some form of income. And that's the difference between a hobby and a business. Okay? When it's something you want to share with the world, this is your sign. Maybe you do love cooking like me. I've got recently into cooking because when I was a lawyer, I had no time for cooking. So I'm getting in touch with that side of myself and realizing that I'm not bad at cooking actually. But it's not something that I want to share with the world. I just do it for myself because it helps me to relax, to shut off from business. But for somebody else, it could be something they want to share with the world. Just like Gordon Ramsay, just like all the other big influencers that are in the cooking space on Instagram and YouTube. So think about what it is that you want to share with the world that's connected to your passion. If it's something you have no desire to share, then it's a hobby. It's not something that you could then turn into a career. Because career and business are the things that we decide to share with the world. It's not just about doing something for the sake of it. That's what we're taught. That's what we're conditioned to believe. But we have a choice in this life as to what we do and who we become. And when you decide to go on a specific journey and embark on something, whether it's marketing, whether it's social media, whether it is becoming a coach, whether it's going into finance, that is the thing. You are saying to yourself, this is what I'm going to share with the world. It could just be to the clients that you have. It could be to the people you have on your social media network. It could be to the people that you speak to on stage. At whatever level that is, it's something you are sharing with the world. It doesn't have to be on a global presence. But if you have no desire to share it, then you're in the wrong place. So ponder on this as well. It's not just about your passions. That's one step. Then to go deeper, what is it that you want to share with the world? Example again, for me, I love sharing everything about career awakenings. I love sharing wisdom about how to help people connect with their passions, their purpose, and turn it into a career, turn it into a business, turn it into something that will bring them money, make them feel free, and give them that true fulfillment in life. And that's why I show up and do these things. That's what I want to share. So have a think about it. And let this take as long as it needs. Because once you decide to commit to this path, then there's no going back. And remember this again. On the days that you are going to question things, on the days where you're going to suddenly start to have doubts, on the days where things feel tough, you will come back to this video and you will remember, okay, Sophie told me it's all about connecting to your interests and passions, because that's where it all starts. And on my bad days, on my mediocre days, I keep going because I'm so connected to what I do that this is the thing I love. This is the thing I'm here to share with the world. It feels like a burning desire inside of you to just keep moving forward. And that's how you become successful in life. That's what I believe. Money will come to you. Wealth will come to you. Opportunities will come to you when it's the thing you love and enjoy. But when it's not, it's going to feel like pressure. It's going to feel the burnout. It's going to give off these negative vibes. It's going to give off resentment. And yes, it might make you a lot of money, but eventually, and sooner rather than later, you will leave that thing because you can't put up with it anymore. So let this be the start of a journey so real, so raw, bringing you back to yourself. And remember to go through the questions that are underneath this video to get you going deeper on your next steps. Then take some time out on your weekends, take some time out in your evenings outside your job to connect you with your passions again and follow the nuggets, follow the golden nuggets of where it leads you. And from there, we take it further. We grow. We then think, how can I present this to the world? How could this become my career? But for now, I want you to focus on your passions and what you want to share with the world. If you loved the wisdom that I just shared here and you're ready to go deeper, you're ready to figure out your next steps, and you just need a roadmap, you just need some tools, and you just need that little extra push, you will love my Fully Expressed Academy, taking stuck and stressed professional women and going on a journey of helping them reconnect to these exact things, their passions, their purpose, the true sense of fulfillment, to get them into careers and into businesses that bring them the income and bring them the joy and bring them the fulfillment again. You can see all the details below and all the links to find out more information and book in a free call with me where we can discuss things further and how we can support you.